And we're live, dude. We're back on the cast.
We're back.
And
Thank goodness.
Did you see Hezbollah's phones be blowing up in their pockets?
Whoa, crazy way to start, bro. Dropping the H-bomb right in the
Did you see that? Hezbollah.
Yeah, I saw the link you sent. Did I open it? No. I had a couple thoughts, though.
What, bro?
Bro, how many? 30,000? 3,000?
At least 3,000. Okay. This is what
3,300.
They say 2,700 people injured, 9 people dead.
All right.
Which, bad average, KD.
Explain what happened.
So, apparently, Hezbollah was walking around, approximately 3,000 of them, and for some reason, media is saying pagers, which I can't imagine they have actual pagers. It's got to just be phones.
I got a thought
right?
on this. Yeah,
it's got to be just actual phones. And iPhone 16, they just got their new 16s. Oh no! And 3,000 of them blew up or something.
Yeah.
All at 3:30 p.m. Like as soon as the clock ticked, they all went. The lithium overheated or something, and their phones blew up in their pockets. I guess maybe some dude was on a phone call and he got half his cerebral blown to bits. Or
yeah. So when you sent me that, I was like, okay, couple thoughts.
Worst launch for the 16 ever.
Insane that 3,000 pagers or 3,000 of anything just like blows up at the same time. Like that's not normal, clearly, but that's also not like it's got to be some kind of op, right?
Maybe,
bro. That's crazy,
bro. That's in the wise words of my grandma. She said, "Them Israeli nerds are pretty good with it."
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess. Secondly, my second thought was pagers. Like that was before my time, and that was what 25 years ago. So
I mean, they're in tunnels. I don't know.
How do pagers work? Do they not use internet? I mean, they don't use internet, but they have some kind of. It's like a radio, right? It's a signal.
A lot of the articles just say audio transmitters. So it's like okay,
but that's not what pagers are.
I don't know.
It's a clicker. Okay, okay. It's just crazy that Hezbollah would be using pagers. Like, what do you think their like signals are? Like, what are their codes?
Devices described as pagers or communication devices were reported to first have heated up before exploding. This occurred nearly simultaneously across various locations in Lebanon. I don't know what. Okay, so first of all, let's take the article exactly what it says. They've got Walkman pagers just on the hip. You know, I'm referencing two items because they're both kind of the same place. But 3,000 pagers just blow up like out of nowhere. If they are real pagers that are like old, how in the world could they hack like an old pager device? That's like the only way I could think of blowing up that directed energy weapon, bro.
I think it might be
the
backlog of like Y2K. You know
they just rolled over.
They just rolled over on the pagers, and they the only ones that blew up like 24 years late.
But I mean, because it has to be a sophisticated device if they were able to hack it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it might have.
Which is why this is the worst launch of iPhone 16 ever.
It might have been one of those ladybug phones, you know?
That'd be crazy.
just walk around with 3,000 ladybug phones.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just
yeah.
You only have your parents' phone number.
I mean, it worked, right? Kind of. The op.
I guess. I don't know. I mean,
dead. That's what it said.
So you think beyond a
Death
shadow?
by pager.
You think beyond a shadow of doubt, it was an op?
Oh no, not beyond a shadow.
It wasn't a hot day in Lebanon. I mean, what would cause over multiple locations 3,000 to blow up besides an op?
Look, it's highly likely it was an op. I just don't know how you hack a pager.
I don't know.
I think
either.
that's all mechanical. I don't know.
I need to go watch like 90s movies to see what a pager is.
It's like smart, right? Like, who would have thought? Somebody was like, all right, what do these people got on them? They got guns on them, clothes, maybe glasses, a few of them.
I would have, if it was me, I would have blown up bananas. Because then you'd be like, "Whoa, ooh."
Okay, you can't hack a banana. But
what else? I mean, but even even a phone. Like, how do you? Phones should be. You shouldn't be able to there's not any kind of hacking you should be able to do to a phone to where it can blow up.
Dude, but that's all of our phones have like a self-destruct mode.
That shouldn't be in the code. That's
Samsung had that issue where their phones were catching on fire.
But even if how hot does lithium have to be to explode?
Do you think they have lithium batteries in Lebanon? Dude, everything's powered by a hamster on a wheel. You gotta poison the hamsters.
Let's look, bro. Let's research.
How hot?
Oh my gosh, I got a science class. Okay. Lithium is heated to its melting point around 181 degrees Celsius or 360 degrees Fahrenheit. So battery overheating, it could have been short-circuited.
But if the battery overheating would cause the battery to blow up, I would assume it just melt, right? Maybe it just melt.
Lithium is pretty. I know for sure that lithium is pretty reactive or volatile. So I don't know.
So you just you hack into the system, right? And you're like, you're in the code and you're deleting battery temperature 100%, and you put it like 1,000,000,000%.
I guess.
And then detonate time 325, whatever.
The thing is you know how many times I've been on my iPhone and seen that careful or temperature's too hot?
Yeah.
Please cool your phone down. I was that close. I was that close to getting Hasbulla'd.
Maybe. Dude, I just thought this might be
That's got to be a disclaimer.
This might be the most successful attack, if it is one. 3,000?
Maybe.
Injured? That's more than 300.
The Israeli defense guy is like, we did that. We definitely blew up 3,000 phones. That was all us.
That was us.
They're like, do it again. Let's see what happens.
We'll try. It was a hard process. Yeah. Well,
imagine being a Hezbollah now, though. Every time you get a phone call,
you're on speaker like this.
Oh.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
It's just Trump on the other side. He died like a dog.
The Israelis, quote unquote, didn't miss, but you know who did? Whatever that guy's name is who tried to shoot Trump.
Round 2, dude.
Round 2, dude. Start the fight.
I can't believe.
Can't believe it. It's hard to believe.
I can believe it.
It's hard to believe 8 weeks from the first one.
So what I saw in the article that was kind of crazy is apparently he was posted up. I don't know exactly where he's posted up, but wherever he was posted up for 12 hours with food and his gun, and then Secret Service happened to see because he moved around his barrel.
Yeah.
But I was like,
how do you not see them for 12 hours? That's what I'm thinking.
I don't understand how the character itself is repeated also, because this is another guy that he wrote a manifesto. He has he wrote a book.
Yeah. And
he said, I voted for Trump in the first time, and then I voted for Biden, and now I realize how great of a threat he is.
Wow.
And so it's weird that it's the same situation, because the Thomas dude was a registered Republican or whatever that's worth, but also voted or donated to Democrats.
It's weird. It's not really that weird if you think about it, because if you're willing to do that, go to the links to shoot somebody. I mean, especially president, you're crazy, right? You're not really mentally there, and so it's not. It sounds crazy to us because we're not crazy,
I guess.
I mean, it's crazier to that the Secret Service took 12 hours to find him. He was on site for 12 hours and they just didn't know.
Yeah.
And just happened to see a barrel of a gun sticking out of a fence. That's crazy.
Imagine if he got nicked again. Crazy.
I mean, yeah, if he got nicked again, there would be There would be some serious looking into the Secret Service.
People are always like, they'll be on X right now and they'll be like, yo, God save Trump, praise God, you know, and they'll get hyped on, you know, whatever he got saved some miraculous way.
Okay.
And they're like, this is a message to liberals, not mess with us, and all this kind of wild talk. But I'm like, low key, I hope God did save him, because I do not want to see how the Republicans react if he gets shot. That's going to be...
Well, he did get shot, but...
I mean, and dies. If he dies, like, the second it happened, I'd be like, GG. People are going to act crazy now.
Yeah.
People are going to get wild.
It's hard to know exactly what happened, but you'd think people would be... there would be riots for sure.
I think
I don't know how crazy it would get, though.
I think a large majority of people would be sensible and not riot. But I think there would be enough people to where it'd be a bad look. It'd be a tough one.
Well, I think if something that serious happens, you got to do something about it, but not be stupid about it.
You got a Rittenhouse brother?
Huh?
You got a like Kyle Rittenhouse?
Oh, no. Yeah, that I mean, that guy, the suspected shooter, I guess, was big into like Ukraine, I guess. You hear about that? Like he like traveled over there and like was trying to find recruits for something.
What in the world?
And
bro?
he's actually in, you know, the YouTuber, I think it's pronounced Jadion or Jadion.
Nah.
He's like a prankster or whatever, but he goes around filming people and like, I don't know. But he was in one of his videos, like just random on the street, and the guy, the YouTuber, was talking to him and like being funny and stuff. And the guy, the shooter, was like being for real. He's like, I'm for real. I'm looking for recruits. He's like, join the revolution. And his people are like, this is the guy that was arrested.
No.
So he's been at this for a while. Like he's been off his horse, off his rocker for a minute. But I mean,
you know, he didn't even get so far. He's not got charged with attempted murder.
I didn't know that.
He's only got charged with, because he was a felon, he's only got charged with owning a gun and destroying a serial number so far. Which is weird, because it's like, to think he might not be in jail that long. Maybe.
I haven't heard about that, but maybe.
That's weird.
I heard he has a few, he's a felon. He has a few arrests or whatever.
He's you know.
One of them was possession of a weapon of mass destruction.
What? How? Because he's in Ukraine?
No.
I would like to buy this.
No. He was on like a standoff with the police, and they got arrested for it.
For a bomb, probably.
No,
he
had it was just a machine gun, which it classifies because it's automatic.
What the heck, bro? Somebody keep tabs on this guy. Yeah. He low-key has to have like the Saul Goodman hookups.
Yeah. I would like to order a vacuum X. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's probably got some friends in shady places, I would assume.
Oh, he's got
he is the shady
guns.
friend.
He's getting AK-47s with no serial numbers after he's already a felon.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, first of all, I don't want to stick on this, but first of all, great example for gun control. It's like, this dude keeps finding a way. And
yeah. So there was a few people I heard that were like, which makes sense. They're like, thank the Lord that this guy was an idiot. Because if he was smart, he definitely would have shot Trump. Like,
yeah,
he didn't know when Trump was going to be in that area, because he was there for 12 hours.
Yeah, he had food.
Yeah, so he was just like, he was just chilling. But
you think he was opening like the Ritz crackers like slow, like
the Nature Valley bar? He's like, no Trump trails.
You think he's like sweating, like, I can't wait.
He doesn't want to crunch into it, so he's like,
please release the snack list. Please. What was he munching on?
He had to have goldfish, bro. I mean, Cheez-Its. If you don't have Cheez-Its, no.
Cheez-Its. Imagine, bro. He had Dude, release the snack list, because if he had 10 cans of Cheese Whiz, it's
too loud, bro. You gotta have silent snacks. He's got marshmallows.
Could you imagine whipped cream?
Trump coming in like 200 yards away from you, and he's like, and the Secret Service is like,
he had trail mix.
That's wild, bro.
Dude, imagine he
had that nickel nip on him.
Just imagine Trump's on the golf course. He has a Pringles can, and he gets his hand stuck in there. And he's like, he can't. He can't take the shot.
He's going one hand.
He's elbow deep in salt and vinegar, and it's his one mission.
That's wild, bro.
Oh,
yeah, that's crazy to think about. But yeah, anyways, so he was there for 12 hours, long time. Brought some food probably, but he also had
pee bottle.
Those pee bottle, poop corner. He had those backpacks with like ceramic in it. You hear about that?
Ceramic what?
Which is like just ceramic. So it's
He's
like
gonna throw plates at him?
Cheap. It's a cheap way to. It's like cheap Kevlar basically, so it can stop bullets. So he's like preparing to get shot back at.
Whoa!
And he also had the GoPro camera because he was going to record it. And
this is for America.
But if he was smart, I'm not condoning it or giving people ideas.
Yeah, this is bad idea.
Yeah, but if you were going to do it, I'm not saying you should.
This is how you would.
You would get in a better position. No, you would obviously get in a better position that. I think you would do more research, knowing where Trump was going to be. I'm not going to say anymore. I'm not giving ideas, but if he was smarter, he probably would have got him.
Yeah,
definitely. If you didn't have, hot Cheeto fingers.
I wonder if he. Part of me. Okay, listen. I'm going to tell you guys the way it is. First of all, I think more than likely Trump never was on the course. But he was probably about to hit tea time. He's probably doing tinkle time about to hit tea time.
Well,
and the Secret Service found him while they went out and searched around.
I thought he was on the course, but he was a few holes before where he was.
I feel like that would be unlikely, but maybe.
I think that's
maybe not.
I think that's what happened. That had to have happened because they said that they ushered Trump off the course.
Oh, okay.
Because the standard procedure or whatever for Secret Service is that when Trump plays golf, the Secret Service will scout like 2 holes ahead or whatever. And that's what they were doing. So
be 3 holes ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Take the shot.
Or need more Secret Service agents and scout the entire perimeter like every day, every couple hours.
Yeah.
But thank God for that good citizen who was like, let me take a picture of your license plate real quick. Got him in like 20 minutes after he drove off.
Imagine coming up to do the biggest deed, and leaving plates on.
And leaving what?
Leaving your plates on.
Yeah, you get your hands on a gun with no serial number, but you can't get a fake license plate?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this guy's an idiot.
We could do such a better job of killing.
Dude, stop. I don't have to censor this, bro.
No.
Yeah.
I would never take out Daddy.
No.
Daddy Trump.
Or any former president.
What if Trump bought Papa John's and it's Papa Trump? That would be so good.
Donald John.
Ooh, Donnie
Johns. Ooh, okay. Let him cook Trump pizza.
So, I don't even remember the other thing I was going to talk about, but it is insane that we still have 50 days left of this wild, maybe, at this pace, he's on pace for 4. He's on.
Yeah.
He's on.
Is he?
Every
8 weeks? Something like that. I don't know. I'm bad at math. Yeah, it is crazy. It's really scary to think that just anybody can get that close. You don't really think about if you really had the resources and time and did the research, you can get that close to the president without being searched or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
like,
there was
how vulnerable am I? You know, if that can happen to one of the most powerful men.
Dude, there was some rapper on. This is a wild call because I don't remember the name, but there was some rapper on like a live television show, like the talk show with not Jimmy Kimmel, but something like it, a while ago.
A late show.
Yeah, a night show. And the rapper just offhandedly says during the conversation, he's like, "Yeah, I'll give a dude a handshake in Compton and he'll go home with AIDS." And I was like, everybody's like, "What?" And apparently he's talking about like they used to have like little needles that you wouldn't feel like on their hands, like on a finger or something with HIV or AIDS on it or something crazy. And they'd take dudes out with AIDS or HIV.
A needle in a hand?
Like just like a little needle you wouldn't notice would be like kind of in between your finger or something. And then you just, when you hit that handshake, you just GG.
I believe it. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. There's all kinds of ways to do crazy things.
Yeah. People are like, check, like if you see money laying on the ground or something, kick it with your foot or whatever because you're going to be like fentanyl underneath or something.
Yeah.
Check your door handles and then you get in your car. It's just crazy. I mean, at what point do you just like stop worrying?
I never do.
You never worry?
No. That's my superpower.
Okay, you're already there then. At what point do you stop worrying and just trust?
Do you actually worry?
Trust God.
You worry? Were you worried or worry warned?
About my safety?
Mm-hmm.
I don't worry. I take precautions.
But you think about it, you're like...
I mean, I say strap.
I've never walked to my car and thought, oh, let me look around the parking garage or let me look at my door handle.
No, I'm not going to look at every corner possible, but I will look at my surroundings when I'm like alone or whatever in a parking garage or...
I guess I'll kind of look around, but not like... it doesn't cross my mind.
Yeah, it does for me. Good knowing you. You're gone.
No. I just...
Yeah, I like to...
If God's taking me out of the game early, he's making a mistake.
I'm gonna give you a moment to apologize.
Hey, bro, D1 right here, D8 bound. So
I just think you have to, you have a family, and I think you have a responsibility.
I know
to be prepared for things.
I know, and I'm trying to be better about it now. I'm trying to drive safer. I'm trying to do less flare-ups in traffic with, expositories and whatnot. And I'm trying to be safer. But also, I just am like... I just like not being in control, like 100%. I'm like, oh, it feels so nice. Because you're like, if you just realize that God's got you covered, and you don't even... I don't know. It's just so, like, it's freeing to, like, not think about it at all. Because you're like... If God wanted to take me out right now, dude, he could.
I mean, I guess.
Send 2 fat kids to sit on my face.
Yeah, I mean, there's a balance there. But it's also interesting because I wrote this in the notes. I don't know if you saw.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not on those notes.
It was, it's kind of a good segue into that, what I put in there. It's like, at what point, so in your case, like at what point do you just leave it in God's hands? And at what's the max you can do to prevent things happening, Like, where's the line here? Like, you can obviously be like doomsday prepper level, like being ready for the end of the world.
I think doomsday is crazy. Unless like you're just like there's like a war and you're trying to have like water and stuff. Like if you're in Ukraine, I can understand. So
sure.
I think that stuff's obviously not good. Or I think that's you're trying to have too much control over your life.
That's what I'm saying. Like at what point are you like from doomsday prepper to just like tree hugger, right? Just like walk around barefoot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's clearly a middle ground in there that is biblical, but It's hard to find sometimes.
I don't know. Because I don't know if I agree there's a middle ground.
Are you more like...
I'm kind of tree hugger. I'm kind of like...
Okay.
Because it's kind of like I'm going to sound insane, but it's kind of like, who are you to think that even if I did have a family right now, it's like, who am I to think that it's like I'm going to die and God's not going to take care of my family? It's like, it's crazy.
Well,
so
I'm just more like being prepared.
Yeah.
Like obviously I would assume you have to answer, you have life insurance, right? To protect cover your family's expenses for a little bit. You have, I would own a gun or two to protect.
Sure.
Protection is huge, but I would also be mindful of where my family is, like protecting my home with like a security system or whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, where you have to take precautions, but I'm not going to just be like, if somebody comes in, they come in and they're going to kill us all.
I think the difference is it's not about protection. It's about not being careless. I think that's the line. I think
that's hand in hand, honestly.
Well, I just think like if you go through any situation and you're like, I was careless, it's like, okay, that's when you should have rectified that and not done that in the future. Like if I walk on in an alley in the middle of the night, that's carelessness. If I ride a motorcycle with no helmet, that's carelessness. But if I have like 4 guns on me at all time, it's like, I don't think that's carelessness. I think that's just like,
okay,
you're trying to be a Marine recon.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if I carry on my person at all times 2 Glocks, an AR, night viz, some smoke screens.
I mean, and the other thing is, I'm sure everybody had swords. I feel like Jesus probably didn't have a sword.
No, he was Jesus.
Yeah, he freaking Darth Vader people if they came
his
at him.
apostles had swords.
And he was like, dude, why did you chop that ear off? I don't know. It's tough because it's like, do you really want to shoot somebody? Like, I'm all for guns, but it's like...
I thought you were going to say I'm all for shooting somebody.
No, I'm all for guns, but it's like, do you really want to have the opportunity to shoot somebody? It's like, kind of sucks, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I never hope to use mine for defense like that. But what I was saying earlier, that's kind of a good segue into the question I had, where it's the same as like a balance. Because lately I've been thinking, like, at what point as a person do you, like, at what point do you have to buckle down and like get after whatever you're trying to accomplish? And at what point during your shortcomings or your failings do you just have to give yourself grace and know that it's okay that you failed? Don't quit, don't give up, but get back into it. Like, how many times, or like, what's the limit of giving yourself grace? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that recently, and I'm trying to find that limit.
What's the limit of giving yourself grace? I mean, I feel like there's these words are not exactly in the Bible, but the idea is through the Bible is to treat others how you wish to be treated, right? Like, those exact words are not, but that motif is seen in the Bible, where you're like, you want to treat other people how you wish to be treated. And then Jesus goes on to say, how many times, or people ask Jesus, like, how many times should I forgive somebody? He's like, 70 times 7, 490 times. If they screw up a 491st time, that's when you beat them down. But that's not what he's saying. He's saying, essentially, give them all the forgiveness that there is.
Yeah.
And so I would offhandedly say, in like an easy way, give yourself as much forgiveness as possible.
I would say so. I would say also, don't use it as a crutch, though. Don't use it as a crutch and like...
I think it's
just
more
be like, I'm not even going to try because I'm going to give myself grace later. You know?
I think
because I can do it an infinite amount of times. It's like you're abusing the system, or you're not even.
I think the biggest thing to realize is that every time you are like quotations like failing the Lord or whatever, it's like way less. It's just unproductive to look at that way. It's to look at it like I didn't love him as much as I should. And so it's like I can sit here and be like, dang it, dude, I didn't read my Bible today. And it's like I could be mad at myself and be like, why didn't I read my Bible? It's crazy. I have 24 hours in the day and I can't spend 10 minutes or something. Or it's like you can sit there and go, okay, why do I not cherish God enough and like love God enough to spend time with him? And then we think about like why he's given me. I don't think it's productive to like play the beat down game.
Yeah.
I think it's more important.
Definitely not. It's definitely not productive to, like in your case, like if you didn't read the Bible today, it's definitely not productive to beat yourself up over it.
Yeah.
Like, man, I suck. I'm a sucky Christian. You know, I'm no good. Like that doesn't help anybody. Doesn't help you.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, my brain is like, don't do that. Do the opposite of that, which is like immediately read or start setting up a plan to read or something productive where you move forward. But, I mean, even if it isn't like a spiritual shortcoming or whatever, like if you have a goal or something that you're trying to accomplish, like, I don't know. I always have gym examples, but like if you're trying to hit a PR or something or whatever, but you're like this past week and a half, I've been eating, and this is
crazy amounts of ice cream.
Yes, but no, that's not why. I've just been like, feeling really tired, and like I do not want to go to the gym. Like I don't ever want to go to the gym. Like I hate. But it's been like extra recently, and like I did take a few days off, and I felt a lot better after. But I also like feel like I didn't try to go.
Yeah.
But I know my body needed it, so it's like I'm conflicted here. But at the same time, I need to give myself grace, but I need to work hard.
Yeah, discipline is, and I'm going to speak purely based upon what I've heard other people say. So take what I say for a grain of salt. But discipline is weird because discipline is actually, there's a place in your brain that they have measured with scans that physically gets bigger when somebody's more disciplined. And they've like taken people, I don't know. Okay. You'd have to look it up. But there's scans, there's like people, they're like, okay, no working out, just one example, no working out. Here's a scan of your brain. Work out for like a year. The area that's consistent over people gets bigger. Okay? But it's a discipline function of your brain. The thing is, though, if you don't continue, your brain is just like a muscle. I mean, it's not a muscle, but it's just like it. Mm-hmm. If you don't continue to push the discipline, you'll inevitably plateau, and your body never really plateaus. Like your body tries to get back to like basically its most comfortable state because it likes to be efficient with its energy, like it doesn't like to waste at all. And so in order to continue to increase your discipline, you actually have to continue to do even harder stuff, which is like, it's crazy that we're made that way. And so
say the last part again.
Your body is made in a crazy way where you actually, in order to continue to become more disciplined, you actually have to take on more, I guess, stressful activities, like things that trigger your discipline more. Like you can't, if your routine is I work out once a week and that's my discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Your body will eventually plateau with that discipline level, and it will become harder to actually do that. If you don't continue to challenge your body, the same reason you lift weights, then your discipline will actually fade over time, which is crazy. So
it's not like how many reps you can do. It's how much weight you can do with discipline, basically.
It's weight. You could be like, okay, I'm going to work out and I'm going to do another hard thing. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to work out and and you just add these little things. But the little things do compound and they do give you like steps to where discipline becomes easier. But the thing is if it becomes too easy, it's not discipline anymore. And then you lose your discipline. It's a very weird thing.
That's what you're saying. So like if you're like a super disciplined person. So it's the prefrontal cortex, by the way. So the prefrontal cortex,
dude, you know how it is.
So the prefrontal cortex for a really disciplined person is like, say, really big. And what you're saying is this really disciplined guy, the things that he does is now pretty easy because his discipline's so big.
Yeah.
And so he's at that level that might be really hard for somebody else.
Yeah.
But he's so disciplined that his prefrontal cortex is starting to fade, you said, or shrink or whatever.
It's going to fade and it's just the things that you are doing. The things you're doing aren't hard things anymore.
Yeah.
So technically the amount of discipline required is less.
Yeah.
So it's like you're doing less weights. So it's like if you kept working out and then gradually moved your PR down. You're still working out, but
I would think it's just the same. I would think it's the same weight or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
But you're clearly not challenging yourself because it's just like, like nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe And so however you want to think about it. So the thing is you have to, your body.
What's the cap?
Has to.
What's the hardest thing you could do?
Well, I mean, I think that's the way that the Bible is arranged. Because it's like, okay, to be a Christian, it means to be less of yourself. That's basically the whole thing. Just be less of yourself. And be more of God's. His tool to be able to use through the universe. You're like, okay, how am I going to do that? Okay, I'm going to talk to people. Okay. And eventually, like really, the thing you're aiming for is to be completely 100% not yourself. Which is like, that's where you're aiming. And it's a crazy place to get to. It's like, okay, this person needs an organ. Let me pop out an organ real quick and,
Yeah. I've been reading through Mere Christianity and that one chapter about the guy putting on the mask.
The hypocrite. Yeah.
No. The guy putting on the mask, basically faking it. So there's an ugly guy. He's putting on a really beautiful mask. Who's the hottest guy, like Glenn Powell. He puts on a Glenn Powell mask. And he just forces that on his face so hard. He wears it for so long, faking being a good looking guy, that he finally takes it off. He's like actually the mold of that face.
He's Zac Efron.
So no, he's Glenn Powell. So he's finally Glenn Powell. And so he's faked it for so long that he's finally that person. That's what C.S. Lewis is trying to say, which is what you're kind of saying, and not being yourself.
Yeah,
being Christ, little Christ. That's also in the book.
Yeah,
I've heard that growing up, and it's so hard to do, dude.
I mean, the more visceral way to think about it would be okay, everybody has to put on that mask, and then you get to decide how much you want to put it on. So it's okay, the first day I got one string around that mask on my face. Next day, a little tighter, 2 strings.
Adding rubber bands,
bro. And until some point, your skin just grows around it, and it probably hurts, and it's probably kind of gross. But
yeah.
So,
which isn't a bad way to do it either, right? I wouldn't think.
Maybe that's what they did to Joe Biden, to that actor.
Yeah. No, I mean, C.S. Lewis's example was just the guy just immediately was I'm going to force it on my face. But your example is like one rubber band at a time, which I don't think there's a wrong way to do it. Like taking little steps with the rubber band, or just like opposite cold turkeying it, hot turkeying it.
Well, I think you just try to be less of self.
Mm-hmm.
I think it sounds easier, like, oh, okay, I'll just be less of self. It's like, dude, go 5 minutes of your day and try to not think about yourself or act for yourself. Virtually impossible. It's like 5 minutes, bro, for you to... Because here's the thing. What you'll do is you'll go, oh, let me text my friend, see how they're doing. Let me check up on them. And then...
That takes 15 seconds.
It takes 15 seconds. And then what's going to happen? You're going to check on your friend. They're going to talk for 1 second. And immediately you're going to be like, oh, by the way, guess what I'm doing? And you're going to start telling your friend what you're doing. And it's like, just being selfless for 5 minutes is a good goal to get started.
It is a good goal to get started. That might double your prefrontal cortex growth size.
Maybe, dude. My prefront out the hizza, bruh.
Yeah, bro, we can all see
I got that brow on me, dude. Ken Hovind, daddy. He taught us about chewing. So, I don't know a lot about it, but
yeah,
I've heard consistently that the discipline area of your brain it can grow, and so I'm like, that's kind of hype. It's kind of crazy to think that your brain can grow at all, and it can get lumpy, and it can get,
Yeah, there's so much that we're still learning about it, about the brain. Like it can grow, and it's like adapts to how you are, and like all of the fluids being released and stuff.
I think your brain's like 70% salt water or something.
What?
Basically. What? I think.
No, it's just a sponge, bro. That's just cottage cheese.
Or it might be even more than 70. It's like the actual workings of it is pretty much salt water. And then there's like some meat.
We fish. We did come from the ocean.
That's where we came. We came out and saw. Dude, I saw this meme today. And it was this fish. There's a woman fish in the water. And she was nagging her husband fish. And her husband fish had feet walking onto the land because he evolved. Homie said, let me grow feet.
Good one.
I was like...
You're like...
I was like, I don't know who saw or who thought...
Carter.
This is Carter. This is how evolution was.
Yeah.
But I think I just think the game's not about you. It's not about how much you can sharpen yourself. I think if you think about that, then you just do a bad job. And you think about how much you can encourage other people and be a better servant to them, then
yeah.
You'll probably be better on your own.
Yeah.
Better for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But it's not even what it's about. Why make yourself better?
Mm-hmm.
Who cares about you? So,
who cares about you?
The other thing that I was going to get talking to you about, which I don't know if you wrote down, do we need toothpaste?
I did?
Apparently, you literally wrote down in the notes, you said, do we need toothpaste?
Oh, that's the old note. What are you in the old note for?
I don't know.
I haven't written anything in there forever. What was I thinking?
I don't know what you were thinking.
I know what I'm thinking. Okay, I was brushing my teeth one night, as I always do. Don't get me wrong here.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, there was a time when we didn't have to brush our teeth.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? And we had white teeth.
Uh-huh.
So why do we have to brush them now?
Sugar.
Yeah, true. Next.
Saul, bro. Saul. Crazy thing is I don't know if you watched that Tucker Carlson with that health lady, but she was like, I don't know, like 100 years ago, humans used to eat on average like 10 pounds of sugar. 10 pounds of sugar, and now we eat 100 pounds.
Like every what?
Oh, a year. Sorry.
Okay.
A day. And I was like, bro,
sheesh, dude,
that is so much.
Well,
10x.
Was she like talking about like refined sugar or like simple sugars? Because there's a difference.
It doesn't even matter that much though, because it's like your body doesn't like you. basically giving your body like glucose and that kind of energy, and in that amount is wild. Like,
okay, yes, but if there's a difference between 100 pounds of simple sugars like fruits and like gummy bears.
Oh, like processed sugar. Yeah, no, fruit sugar is different, because the thing about fruit sugar is the reason why it's different is because it's always accompanied with fiber. In fiber and there's other chemicals in the fruit also, tells your body to stop eating. So you actually don't end up getting that much sugar, because at some point when you eat fruit, you actually feel full.
Yeah, but with
processed sugar,
nerd gummy clusters,
yeah, right.
they tell you to keep eating them, dude.
When you have a Coke this size and a quarter of the can is sugar,
yeah,
bro,
gotta keep chugging. Yeah, but still, what is that? A 90% increase in 100 years or whatever? It's a lot of sugar.
It's a 1,000% increase.
Okay, dude, look at me. I'm not good at math.
I'm trying to get you to pass the Garland fire exam.
Already did that.
Let's go. Wait.
Well, I took it. I don't know if I passed.
Oh,
not yet. So I learned something about this is food related. I learned something about trans fat that I didn't know of.
Apparently, it's a dude.
Huh?
And not a woman.
No. Okay. Growing up, I was always either told or I always thought trans fat was just bad for you.
Yeah.
Which is true in a sense. So I was looking at my meat. Pause. I was looking at my grass-fed organic 8515 meat from Aldi. And there's like 1 gram of trans fat per serving. And I was like, interesting. Texted my mom, and I was like, hey, did you know this?
What's with this tranny fat?
Yeah, because there's nothing in it but grass-fed ground beef. Like, nothing else.
Okay.
And I was like, this is weird. And so I texted her, and she was like, let me see what I can find. She sent me this link. So the link was like, basically, it's normal. It's normal to have trans fat in beef like that because it's already in the cow.
Yeah.
But the trans fat that's bad for you is the added stuff, right?
Yeah.
And apparently there's probably a lot of trans fat in foods that we don't know that's in, because the FDA or whatever doesn't make you put trans fat if there's 0.5 or less. So even if there's 0.5 grams of trans fat per serving, they won't put it on there. They'll put 0 because they can. And those foods that have trans fat like that will put like the stupidest serving size amount on it, like minuscule, in order to get 0 trans fat on the label. And so I'm like, they're definitely nerd gummy clusters, bro. I know it. I don't want it to be true, but I know it. So I don't even know. I was mad.
I'm trying to figure out what trans fats are really. For instance, let's see.
They're just, like you said, bro, they're fats that want to be the opposite gender.
I think it's more like there's natural versus industrial trans fats is what this says. It says natural occurs in small ruminant in animals and dairy products. And then industrial, these are artificially made by adding hydrogen to liquid vegetable oil to make them more solid, which increases their shelf life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. Hydrogen seems kind of chill.
Hydrogen?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the first element, isn't it? So,
I don't even know.
Seems like the basis of everything. I think that fat has gotten a bad reputation in a lot of the cases and in a lot of the modern diet.
Yeah. Dude, it changes all the time, though.
I think what people don't understand is the body is made like in an incredible way. Like just in the same part as your discipline cortex, your body has functions in it that can basically work on different diets and like work really well. Like it is a real thing. Eskimos, or Inuits is I guess, what they want to be called now, which I don't know why they're telling us about their belly buttons, is they literally live off a seal blubber diet. There's no such thing as vegetables in Antarctica.
Yeah.
They're frozen. Like, they eat meat. They eat seal blubber, which is fat. Like, not just red meat. They're eating hunks of fat. Okay? And most people would be like, okay, they're all going to die of heart attacks at 30. They don't. It's because your body adapts to the different diets. The problem with our diet nowadays is we are jamming our body with full of so much sugar and glucose, and which, same thing, you know, we're basically making our bodies toxic to where we start not accepting other foods as well, because our body's just doing overload trying to figure out what
adapting to the fake sugar.
Yeah, our body's working overload trying to adapt to the sugar. Yep. That's why everybody's getting diabetes.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. I mean, like those, like the Eskimos adapting to eating just fat all the time. Our bodies are made to adapt, right? Like humans are.
Yeah, bro. We evolve.
Yeah, well, it's we're made to adapt, which is like the first thought that came to my mind when you were talking about that is like climate change or whatever.
Yeah,
quote
dude,
unquote.
bring on the CO2, dude.
Okay, the climate's been changing forever, and humans have adapted to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, big whoop, right?
Yeah. What, I'll cough a little, my bad.
Yeah.
Smoke in the air? I
can't fart anymore? Okay. Extra heat in the atmosphere or something. Or cows, I guess it's cows. It's not humans, never mind.
Or imagine they limit our farts.
They're what?
They limit our farts. That's a crazy time.
A fart checker.
Imagine you're just gripping.
They knock on your door, come in, government agent.
Let me smell that. Let me smell that hole. You've been passing brown.
Ew, that's so disgusting.
No, officer. No, I mean, people are just, you know, like, dude, just eat a whole freaking cow. How about that? If you're going to start a diet, how about start the cow diet? You start at the head, work to the butt.
Gotta eat the nose first.
Nose, brain, tongue, neck, titty, boob. neck.
Bro, what did I say right before we started this?
neck, breast, back. Utter dong butt, bruh. Do a whole cow diet.
That's the title, bro. Neck, breast, back.
I don't just work down the food.
Why are we eating all cow right now?
I don't know. Just try.
Dude, I'm going straight for the udder. I don't care
what you say, bro. Just don't eat sugar. That's all you gotta do.
Hey, sugars and milk.
Don't eat processed sugar.
All right, fair enough.
Dude, the FDA recommends a children's diet to have either 10 or 20% processed sugar.
I hate the FDA.
They're like,
I hate them.
We recommend it, which controls school foods. Like, and you know what's crazy? The biggest food industry in the world is the school food system, because there's like 1 trillion meals they make.
Gotta be.
They literally make like 1 trillion meals.
Yeah. Wow. Also, that's crazy because I don't remember ever getting like a dessert in my school meal.
I think it's probably like 1 billion. Now I'm thinking about 1 trillion. That seems like a lot, but I don't know. Somebody look it up and comment it.
Oh, trillion? No, there's not 1 trillion.
I don't know. I mean,
there's got to be 1 billion at least. Back to my point, right? You didn't get a dessert, did you? Oh, you did. Yeah, you did.
Well, I didn't. I didn't go to school like that.
Oh, true. Never mind. That's all you brought from home.
I'm uneducated.
That's all you brought from home was Pop-Tarts.
I'm uneducated, folk. I knew we used to have revolutions in my Boy Scout troop for sugar.
Oh, yeah. You told me about this.
They would be like, you know.
Pop-Tarts, wasn't it?
Yeah. Last day of camp, we're going to have Pop-Tarts. And the older scouts were like, no, we're not having Pop-Tarts, because when you do, y'all freak out.
Refined sugar.
And so at that point, we were like, we assembled the young kids and we said, okay, we're going to have to tie this dude up, and we're going to have to overthrow the camp to have Pop-Tarts. But just think about the food that makes kids go to that kind of mind state where we're thinking about arson, theft, you know, bribery,
tying people up,
BDS, bondage. So
yeah, that's That's crazy. I mean, it would make sense if it was like for a s'more flavor. Yeah. Any other, no, not worth. Comment down below what your favorite Pop-Tart flavor is. There's only like 2 or 3 right answers.
Should I say mine? Should I influence them?
Let's do it.
It's the only right. Okay, I'll guess yours. You guess mine.
Okay.
S'mores. You said it.
I mean, that's one of them.
Brown sugar.
Yeah. What's the other one?
Praise God. You said 2.
I said 2 or 3. This one's kind of leeway-ish.
Ooh. Brown sugar, s'mores, just the chocolate one.
No, I didn't even know there was just a chocolate one.
I think I've had like a chocolate one. It kind of goes hard.
Okay, yeah, you strike me as a chocolate guy. No, it's cookies and cream.
Dude, I was gonna guess
cookies
Oreo.
And cream. Everything is just unbeatable.
I was gonna guess that. Cherry
for you.
100%.
Pop
that cherry in my mouth.
Is that the one that you fought over at camps, at Scouts or whatever?
Oh no, we just had regular. We had whatever the red, the red,
icing,
the
no
red
icing,
no, the red flavor,
strawberry.
Yeah, I don't even like the strawberry, which is hilarious.
It's not even good.
So
anyway,
what time are we at? Because I got one thing that's low key making me mad.
Almost at an hour. What's making you mad,
bro?
Got a little time.
The governmente, bruh.
What else is new?
They're gonna ban DJI.
What?
It just passed in Congress, so now it's got to go through the Senate.
What do you ban them? Like what?
Like Congress passed the bill today. They were like, the bill is for no more future sales of DJI whatsoever.
What'd they do?
Because they're Chinese. The DJI is a Chinese company, and they're like...
Really?
So this is the thing I want to talk to you about, because I was like, how much sense does this really make? And I think there's a really finicky thing happening, dude. Cast, if you're still here, tune in. This is big. This is also a money-making opportunity for real.
Don't tell them. Tell me.
This is a for real money-making opportunity.
Tell me, not
It's
them.
for everybody. Everybody can chip in. Here's the thing. DJI it's passed in the Congress that they're going to ban it for no future sales. So that's going to destroy the DJI market, which is huge, huge. So if it passes the Senate, which it probably will, because I think Senate is mostly Republicans right now, and they get hyped on like hating the Chinese. Okay, so it's more than likely that it's going to pass. I did some research. The lady that's pushing it forward is like Elise or something. I don't know, Eliza or Elise.
Stefanik? Elise Stefanik?
Yeah.
I believe that's her name.
Elise Stefanik. First of all, I don't trust her. Okay. I do not trust her. But here's what I'm realizing. I am not sure, but I'm pretty sure under the table she has basically communications with Skydio. Skydio is a drone company, American drone company, that is mainly just doing commercial drones right now. And so they don't have much of a market in the personal drones, which DJI has the whole market. And on top of all that, Skydio just got a big deal with NVIDIA. The stock that all of the freaking...
The AI chips and stuff?
The AI chips and all the Congress people are profiting bank off. So NVIDIA is about to blow up again. When this... So there's your money opportunity. Invest in NVIDIA.
This is not a financial investment device.
Please do not trust my legal advice.
Yeah. So it sounds like Elise just sold her stock in DJI and put it in Skydio.
Probably. And the thing is Skydio isn't publicly traded, so you can do it through...
Coincidentally.
Yeah, you can do it through IPOs, which is just like venture capital, which you don't have to disclose. And so she can put a bunch of money into... It's in the last like 5 years, it's gone from like, I don't know, like $1 million company to like a $2 billion company.
Skydio?
Yes.
Yeah. Look,
but I'm ticked about it because
it does make me mad. If that's true, it does make me mad. But it's also not surprising because it's happened before. Clearly,
yeah.
Nancy Pelosi,
yeah.
All these other government officials being millionaires.
But the DJI, think about it, bro. First of all, you're not okay. what could the Chinese possibly want from our DJI? They're going to get pictures of roofs and people's backyards. Is that really going to affect national security? Not only that, your DJI drone won't fly into a restricted area. It's not like you're going to be taking videos of army bases or anything. Like, your drone won't go in there. If you do go in there, you'll get shot down in half a second. So they're not going to collect sensitive information.
You say that, but I mean, they've got, like, if you go to the border, I mean, I've seen clips of like drones flying across the Arizona border from the Mexico side and just like chilling, hovering over and just like watching. And our border patrol won't shoot it because they have to go all the way to like the Pentagon to get confirmation to shoot it, and they won't say yes. So,
well, those are not like consumer DJI drones, though.
Are they not?
They're coming from. You
don't know that.
Every drone in America right now has to have a GPS locator on it that intercoms with like the surrounding airports and, you know, basically.
Look, I mean, whatever it is, I don't think it's going to pass. I don't only say that because whatever happened to this whole TikTok ban thing? Like, weren't we going to ban that? Whatever happened
I thought they passed it to where they basically were saying...
I still have it. It still works on my phone.
Yeah, they gave them a certain limited time. They said you have to sell your company so that it's a majority American shareholding within like a year or 2 years or something. Otherwise, we won't allow it in America. I don't know if it got passed or not. But you know what, dude? I just don't think the Chinese are gonna. I don't think the Chinese are really gonna affect us with TikTok that much, or DJI.
Okay.
And I think
I just were gonna TikTok, but that's the whole other discussion.
But who's on TikTok? Who here's on TikTok?
Everybody's on TikTok.
I'm not on TikTok. Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok.
You think Chinese can influence, but you're still on it.
Don't we have a Honkies TikTok?
Go sign up to our TikTok. On Honkies TikTok. _, I think. Yeah. Or real or something.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, we should wrap though.
Let's wrap her up.
Let's wrap let's kiss the flag, bro.
Guys, this is why we do it right here.
Pass that thing. Pass that thing, bro.
We do it for the troops. We do it for America. We'd never let this thing hit the ground. Here, listen, every dollar that the Honest Honkies make will go to support a veteran. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no. Hey, put this up real quick. We got more important news.
Oh, true.
Hey, okay, guys, we are cooking. If you made it this far,
we're in the kitchen.
Exclusive little sneak peek by verbal confirmation. There's a new T-shirt design coming out for spooky season.
Spooky.
You will not want to miss it. We cooked with it. It'll be dropping soon.
Very soon.
Maybe in a couple weeks or even a week.
Very soon.
Keep your eye out for that.
And I price them as low as physically possible.
Yes. We're not trying.
We'd make $0. We just want everybody to have a spooky season.
Exactly. All right, let's honk out more in this thing.
Let's honk. Oh.
Yeah, we don't know nothing, but we hope you enjoy the something. We just honkies that don't know nothing. You know we have fun and it does not bust it. We love you, honky. Man, we keep the gravy and stuff, man. Gravy and stuff, and I keep your mom in a Dutch oven. Gravy and stuff. Gravy and stuff. Gravy and stuff.